Hello, everybody. Brian here from You Know Where on TradingView. Give me a second here while I load up the screen. There we go. All right. So you may or may not have heard um, a new account came out courtesy of Twitter. This is an article found on Being Crypto. Um, and basically, they launched an X Payments account on Twitter X. Got over 73,000 users very quickly. So speculation is it could be um, a Doge option, payment option, because Elon Musk loves his Dogecoin. And the you can see here that the coin did jump up right here. That's a daily move, so it's quite a bit of move. But this is something that you can expect, typical of Doge to do, is to fall off. But the reason I bring this up is because I think part of trading is always looking for catalysts and long term stories. So if this was a case that this product was to be launched long term, I wouldn't be surprised that Doge long term may move up. Puts Doge definitely back in the game with the likes of Ethereum, puts them in line with the Cardano, puts them in line with Chainlink, Solana, obviously Bitcoin, and even XRP, because Doge wasn't in there over the last 3-4 months when crypto was popping. But you could see quite clearly that long term, this could be a decent um, option to hold Doge if this happens, because with crypto, we're moving into a long term. First, it was as crypto was being defined. And as you know, because of that, that's all about speculation. But now, hello, Rejak. But now we're moving into the next phase, which is going to be utility. So we've just had the likes of BlackRock and all the ETF uh, being approved for spot. Um, and well, that's been nothing but a big, huge disappointment. The volume's there, but you lose. I've lost. I was up 12, it peaked at 12% overnight when they announced it, and then it just dropped off a lot because I started loading up. Oh, well, it's going to go up. And I got fooled pretty good. And I'm down about 10% as well. So crypto's kind of shaky right now. But as I said, for long term, Doge has as a catalyst, has an opportunity. Let's do some comparison here now with Bitcoin. So you can see here, obviously, Bitcoin has done fairly okay, but it's in drift mode as well. So we'll see how that works out. Let me just do Solana as well. That's been probably the number one asset out there for anything last year. It just tripled. So let's check out where Solana is. So Solana's done very well. As you can see, it's up 300%. You can't beat that. As well as Chainlink has done well. That was another good one last year. You can see here I'm bringing in Binance data. So Link is, let me get rid of Link here. Reload that. Okay, so Link, let's see here. So Link has done okay as well. So let me clean up that. Now, that's kind of where we're at now. From this article that was written here, again, this is beincrypto.com. Always, if you need the headline, you can always look it up yourself. Dogecoin jumps 10% as X Twitter readies payment feature. So as I said, that's a big catalyst for anything out there in crypto. Bitcoin has now reached its uh, uh, catalyst as well, with the new volume being pumped into the ETF for Bitcoin. It's been nothing but down. I have said earlier that it's quite possible that the likes of BlackRock and who's the other one that's in there? Fidelity as well can manipulate this price quite easily. So crypto, I want to believe in it, but it's very tough out there in any mainstream. Right now, what's moving, oddly enough, is forex. So just so you know, anything with with Japanese yen has been moving kind of in a predictable way. So as an example, if you look at the USD Japanese yen, uh, that has been up a little bit, but it's predictable. So if I open up a new chart, I know I'm expanding outside. So I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I'll just bring you up to date with what I'm seeing here. But with the Japanese yen, uh, this is an exciting time if this pans out. As you can see here, it is bouncing back, and it looks like it's almost recovered to its peak. But here it's kind of stalling. So as long as this moves up, this is going to be an okay trade to be part of if things go bad in the markets. Right now, the markets are up, but I'm not seeing anything outside of the Russell, and it's very random. So last since the start. So here you can see everything's kind of tied back to the U.S. dollar. So here's your DXY. So that's what matters. And when you start to see things drop off, it's a concern. Anyways, but again, coming back to this long term trade with Doge, uh, that might be something worth looking into long term. Any questions? If not, I'll drop off and we'll leave it at that. With the likes of the big safety, the big safe investments or assets out there, U.S. oil, just to bring up everyone up to speed. Here's the thing: how I look at the Fed. I don't think Fed may not cut. Reason being is if this starts to spike, which it is a little bit, because of the Red Sea fiasco with tankers. So if oil does move up, that moves up inflation. So if inflation moves up, the likelihood of a cut will not really do a lot because it just adds more to the inflation what the Fed is trying to fight. And I keep hearing that the Fed is only interested in inflation, and when you start cutting interest rates, then you're going to start boosting up inflation. This will be a big one. Hello, Hitch. How are you? Did you look at profits in Mara? Are you referring to the profit quarterly report? I'm sure it was pretty good, but let me take a look at Marathon here. And it's been a while. So you can see here it's run up and it's come back down. The problem with a lot of these uh, stocks and whatnot that rely on the performance of Bitcoin, they get hit hard. So here you go. You've lost almost 50% of your profit. So I'm hoping you took profit here because you did a really good analysis there. And as I said earlier about Bitcoin, I'm not too excited about Bitcoin other than as I said earlier about Doge with the X payments thing. If you got any questions further, let me know. As I said with oil, that's going to be a big problem for the Fed. Also, the other one to watch are the precious metals. You hear all the time about hold gold, and I'm like, why are we talking about this? Look at the lackluster performance. It's been flat since December, right? So it's been very flat and actually declining. If the markets move up, fine. Um, I just don't think we're going to get gold performance. And then at the same time, when you look at silver as well, it just ain't moving. I mean, look at silver; it's dropped off even further. So don't rely on those. This is good. This could be a tough market to trade in with my scans right now. Like as an example, This is what I just picked up. So this has been pretty accurate right here. So it's gone through about 3,400 or 3,300 stocks, right, including ETFs. So it's scanned those, goes through a series of metrics. But right now, the only ones that are coming up with any form of performance is DXJ, which is Japan. So there's no stocks. That's been like that for the last 3 trading days. That's not good. But let me just show you DXJ in case you're interested. And it may not be worth here. I think DXJ is shorting Japan, the index for the Nikkei. So you can see right here again, similar. Oh no, DXJ. Uh, DXJ. So yeah, Wisdom Hedge Fund Equity Fund. Yeah, look at that. This is what we like to see. This is so rare to find these. It's an ETF, $96. So this is what you want to see, and it's all because of the yen as well as weakening and showing predictability. Gold is small, 1% less for me. Yeah, it's better to do that. Also, U.S. REITs look better. Your thoughts? Well, let me show you where compared against all the other sectors. So right now, real estate's only giving you 5.86% as a sector. So you can see here, overseas, Japan's doing better. China, you would hope, is doing better on the recovery. Japan's more predictable, less volatile. This one, pot, is highly volatile. I don't think this will last that long. Energy, yes, but I need to see stocks that meet my metrics. Semiconductors, so we can look at a couple of these here. So a good classic one for China is the China Fund, which is U.S. based. Let's see if this comes up. I tracked this last year. It was doing pretty good. So the China Fund, yeah. So you can see it's just decline, decline, decline. Not good. The other one in the sectors is TSMC. This had a good quarter last year. Let me see here. TSMC. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't show liquidity. I don't know what the symbol name. Oh, weekly. Let's see, daily. Yeah, there's not much to report on this. So Taiwan semiconductor. Oh, here we go. So TSM. Sorry. So that's looking pretty good. It had a nice gap up because of the report. Lots of volume there, and it's pushing. This is why the markets are moving up, is um, because of this report. And then Apple followed the next day, and then that's what started this whole rally that we're experiencing right now. Yes, MIC I've seen quite a bit. That is a good one. Let's see here. ISM, yeah, super micro. I've seen that quite a bit. That's a very low volatile one. That's a good one as well. SMCI, yeah, that one's done very well. But here's where you start to worry when you start to see those red wicks. So, but TSM, the TSM might be a decent one. Another one that has been pretty good is on technology, on semiconductors, a small one. Yeah, it's not doing a whole lot. But AI, yeah, I mean, I'm seeing cloud here. Let me just show you here. Cloud, actually, cloud's dropped off, but the semiconductors have done well. And right now, the hot one's the Japan, the only one that meets my metrics. So if I show you here, um, let me see if I can add it to the chart. Just excuse me for a minute here while I do this. Just give me a second here. Okay. Add to chart. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, here's what I look for. Um, this is looking good. I probably put money into this regardless on my watch list. You see the profit factor is 0.81. There's not a lot out there, but DXJ is looking good. It's at 90, I think it was $96 at the price, 96 or 94 it looks like. So that's something I'd look at. Another one that is trending pretty good is EPI, which is another India earning fund. So that's doing well as well. So you can see here their profit factor is a lot higher. So EPI India is doing pretty good. So there are some emerging markets that are doing a okay. But today, the one that's moving is the Russell um, as well. That's pretty well it. Anyways, I like your sector studies. I do similar great work. Thank you, Hitch. But again, this changes. But the consistent ones that have been top was this one. I think those are bearish ETFs that are leading the way. I wouldn't touch those. I mean, maybe it's hard to say because they're very predictable because China's been just getting badder for quite a while. Pot, I wouldn't touch just because of the volatility. It is performing most likely. Japan's looking pretty good overall. Energy would be an interesting one. So let's say, as an example, let's take a look at Exxon. It's XOM. So you can see it has performance coming off now. So it's hard to say. But some of the ones that usually come up are pipelines for energy. Really conservative companies, not exciting, but they steadily perform. But as I said, the only one that's consistently performing right now is that ETF for Japan. Any other questions at all? If not, I'll drop off here. But Doge potentially, just because I put it out there doesn't mean it's going to happen, and usually that's the case. But I'm looking for, as I said, I'm looking for those DXJs, the EPI. This is what I like to see. EXJ as an ETF. That's a nice one. Very nice. Same with the EPI as well. Solar bash down could POP in the next months. Could pop, you mean? Well, I do track solar. It's not even, yeah, it's not even coming up. So, yeah, I wouldn't be touching that at all. Like, look at ESG's not doing good. That's why BlackRock's not getting into that. Commodity metals should be doing pretty good, but they're not good. This is where retirees are getting killed off with the dividend income of only 0.71% when they could put money elsewhere for better returns temporarily. So I don't know. Anyways, no other questions it looks like, and we'll leave it at that. And thanks for watching.